गुड मॉर्निंग चिल्ड्रन। आज हम ओ से जेड तक के लेटर्स से बनने वाली स्पेलिंग्स को रीड करेंगे। ओके, आप भी मेरे साथ बोलेंगे। ओ फॉर आउल, ओ फॉर ऑरेंज, ओ फॉर ऑस्ट्रिच, ओ फॉर ऑक्टोपस, ओ फॉर ओटर, ओ फॉर oyster. P for parrot, P for pencil, P for plow, P for prayer, P for plate, P for penguin. Once again, O for owl, O for orange, O for ostrich, O for octopus, O for otter, O for oyster. P for parrot, P for pencil, P for plow, P for prayer, P for plate, and P for penguin. Q for queen, Q for quill, Q for quilt, Q for quail, Q for quite, and Q for Q. R for rabbit, R for rose, R for radio, R for robot, R for rocket, and R for rainbow. Once again, Q for queen, Q for quill, Q for quilt, Q for quail, Q for quite, Q for Q. R for rabbit, R for rose, R for radio, R for robot, R for rocket, R for rainbow. S for sun, S for snake, S for sandwich, S for stag, S for saint, and S for soldier. T for tiger, T for tortoise, T for top, T for tree, T for tea, and T for television. Now read the words and say aloud with me. S for sun, S for snake, S for sandwich, S for steak, S for saint, and S for soldier. T for tiger, T for tortoise, T for top, T for tree, T for tea, and T for television. U for umbrella, U for urn, U for uniform, U for umpire, U for unicorn, U for uncle. V for van, V for vase, V for vegetables, V for violin, V for waste, and V for vacuum cleaner. Now read the words and say aloud with me. U for umbrella, U for urn, U for uniform, U for umpire, U for unicorn, U for uncle. V for van, V for vase, V for vegetables, V for violin, V for waste, and V for vacuum cleaner. W for watch, W for whale, W for well, W for woman, W for whistle, W for watermelon. X for Xmas tree, X for X-ray, X for xylophone, X for X-rays. Now read the words and say aloud with me. W for watch, W for whale, W for well, W for woman, W for whistle, and W for watermelon. X for Xmas tree, X for X-ray, X for xylophone, X for Xerox. Y for yak, Y for yacht, Y for yo-yo, Y for yarn, Y for yolk, and Y for yellow. Z for zebra, Z for zoo, Z for zip, Z for zigzag, Z for zero, and Z for zoom. Now read the words and say aloud with me. Y for yak, Y for yacht, Y for yo-yo, Y for yarn, Y for yolk, and Y for yellow. Z for zebra, Z for zoo, Z for zip, Z for zigzag, Z for zero, and Z for zoom. Now, this is your exercise. Learn and fun. Complete the words with suitable letters. आपको नीचे पिक्स दी गई हैं. उन पिक्स को पहचान कर उसकी स्पेलिंग का फर्स्ट लेटर कंप्लीट करना है. लाइक फर्स्ट पिक इज एन एप्पल. फर्स्ट पिक में आपको एप्पल दिख रहा है, तो एप्पल की स्पेलिंग में फर्स्ट लेटर क्या आएगा? ए. सो कंप्लीट मीनिंग इज APPLE एप्पल. नेक्स्ट बेल, BELL बेल. ओके, इस तरीके से आप ये मीनिंग्स फिल करेंगे. दिस इज़ योर होमवर्क.